The bottle is attractive. The content, I am still on the fence about, but I will put my nose on it because I know that one day I'll be randomly walking through the mall, it will be there. I don't think this is one that I personally will be checking for because the cherry in Lost Cherry is lost. I don't know if they've eventually found it, if it's back from vacation. These fragrance houses, they do not joke with their money. I'm not gonna come here and change this video to a rant video about flankers, but if you already have Lost Cherry, I don't know, and maybe that's why I'm very excited about this one. The thing is with these flankers, you already know how I feel. It's a bit of a pink thing, and I do like the color pink. It's catching my eye, you know?
Alright, quiet on the set.
Camera speed.
And 3. Hey Bambi, welcome back to the channel. If you're not already subscribed, go ahead and smash that subscribe button and become part of the family. It's officially my first filming session of 2023.
Allow me to enjoy myself.
You must have seen a video go up on the 1st of January, on the first day of January. That video was actually filmed in 2022. I want to take out this opportunity to wish you all a happy new year. To everyone who is subscribed to my channel, to everyone who is liked, shared my content, has been here with me since I started my YouTube.
Follow in Jesus' name. Follow now.
I just want to say thank you and a happy new year. In this new year, I can only hope that I'm more consistent in bringing you amazing content.
Each day you open television, you turn on your television, wicked.
As you all know on the channel, my channel is focused on fragrance content. I do a bit of luxury, a bit of fashion, and a bit of lifestyle as well. In this new year, I think we'll continue doing that. I might incorporate a few topics here and there, but yeah, let's see how we get on. With that out of the way, in today's videos I will be talking about new fragrance releases of 2023. I did the same video in 2022, and of course almost every fragrance that I talked about or speculated or alleged that it was going to be released did eventually get released. I did cop myself a few, and this year again there are some new releases that we can be or should be expecting in 2023. So if you're interested to hear about all these fragrances, without further ado, let's get right into the video. So starting off, fragrance number 1 on this list is from Marc Jacobs. Last year Marc Jacobs did release a fragrance in the Daisy line, and again there's going to be another Daisy line release. Last year it was the one in the blue bottle. This year it's like a lilac pink style bottle, which I will not lie, it's catching my eye. It's a bit of a pink thing, and I do like the color pink, purple, you know, that sort of vibe. And the name of the perfume is Daisy Paradise. This fragrance is a floral fragrance. It is a flanker of the Daisy line. I do own one of the Daisy fragrances. The thing is with these flankers, you already know how I feel. I'm not gonna come here and change this video to a rant video about flankers, but you already know how I feel about flankers. This fragrance is going to have notes of poppy, oak, ambrox, and it's going to be floral notes. I will go sample it. I will put my nose on it because I know that one day I'll be randomly walking through the mall, it will be there, and I will sample it. But I don't know. The bottle is attractive. The content, I am still on the fence about. If you're a fan of Marc Jacobs Daisy line, then definitely be expecting Daisy Paradise, and I suspect this will be released around summertime. I move on. The next fragrance releases that we can be expecting, in fact one of them has just recently dropped, is from the house of Tom Ford. Every year since I started my fragrance channel, Tom Ford has released fragrances on an annual basis. Last year they released about 3 fragrances. This year we're expecting 2 cherry fragrances, one called Cherry Smoke, which I believe has already been released, not in the UK though, I've not seen it in the UK, and another one called Electric Cherry. We already know that Tom Ford has a fragrance called Lost Cherry.
The truth of the matter is that if you can't beat them, you join them.
The cherry in Lost Cherry is lost. I don't know if they've eventually found it, if it's back from vacation, and they've now captured the cherry and put it in Cherry Smoke and Electric Cherry. What I am expecting from these 2 fragrances is, if you're saying that they're going to be cherry fragrances, they had better be cherry fragrances, and they better have good performance, because in Lost Cherry the cherry is lost. it does not last long. I did have that fragrance and I got rid of it. I'm hoping that Cherry Smoke delivers more. I'm suspecting that Cherry Smoke will smell very similar to Kayali Love Fest Bomb Cherry, because you know, smoky cherry sort of scent. And then Electric Cherry, I don't know what it's going to smell like. If you already have Lost Cherry in your collection, I don't think you necessarily need these two fragrances. It'll be interesting to get your nose on them. It'll be interesting to know what they smell like. But if you already have Lost Cherry, I don't know if you need the electricity. Hey, vibes on a frequency. I don't know if you need the electricity or the electric feeling in Electric Cherry, or you know, I don't know. And again, let's talk about price points for Tom Ford fragrances. You know that Tom Ford fragrances are not going to be anything less than £150. The price points on Tom Ford fragrances are not smiling. So if you want a cherry fragrance, it had better perform. For me personally, I would say probably go down the Kayali line. I'm already giving advice, unsolicited advice. Scratch all of that. Next fragrance release to expect in 2023 is from the house of Armani. Last year, Armani released fragrance. This year again, Armani is on the list again. These fragrance houses, they do not joke with their money. They do not joke with their coins. Especially the designer fragrance houses. They keep releasing flankers and you just need to be very wary of that. This year they're releasing another flanker of My Way called My Way Le Perfume. They've changed the name again. They've added something Le Perfume to it. Last year they released My Way Intense, which I did purchase. There's obviously the original My Way. I don't know if it's going to be totally different, but what I found was My Way Intense and the original My Way smelled very, very similar. The Intense was just a bit sweeter, a bit more floral than the original. With My Way Le Perfume, I'm suspecting it's going to also have the original DNA of My Way. They might just introduce one extra note into that and sell it as a new fragrance or a new idea. If you already own My Way, you already own My Way Intense, I don't think this is one that I personally will be checking for, because I already own My Way Intense and I don't think it's going to smell that massively different from the original My Way. I'm moving on to something a bit more novel. I was very excited when I saw this one. We should be expecting a fragrance release from the house of Kilian. Kilian is Kilian Hennessy, you know, the whole Hennessy family. One of my favorite winter fragrances is from Kilian, Angel Share. Ever since they released Angel Share, I personally don't think there has been anything that comes that close in that family. Obviously, Kilian also does the other bottles. So there are two lines, I think. There's the more exclusive line that comes in. Let me just bring out my Kilian fragrances. This is the ones that come in this sort of bottle. So this is Don't Be Shy Extreme, and there's also the ones that come in this style of bottle, like the alcohol style kind of bottles. Angel Share is one of my favorite fragrances of all time. I wear it a lot. Like, you can see the dents in the fragrance. Kilian will be releasing another fragrance called Blue Moon. When I heard the name of this fragrance, I saw that the liquor in it was a bit blue. Now I don't know if it's the liquor that is blue or the bottle that is sort of blue. It's this style of bottle, but it looked bluish. I don't know what they've done there. Maybe I don't know what they've done there. I don't know if it's liquor. I'd be very surprised if it's a liquor that is blue, because wouldn't that stain clothes? I'm so intrigued to find out what it's all about. Blue Moon, I don't know. I can't even tell you what I think it's going to smell like. But if I go by Kilian fragrances, Kilian fragrances tend to be, especially the ones in this style of bottle, tend to be very boozy. They always have an element of booze in them, and I think that comes from Kilian Hennessy's, you know, background and story with Hennessy there. It might have a boozy note, it might not, but this is one that I'm definitely excited to put my nose on. I move on. Next on the list is a fragrance release from Maison Margiela. Again, I have a fragrance from Maison Margiela called By the Fireplace, which is actually my scent of the day. That's what I'm wearing today. And just to see that Maison Margiela is releasing something else, I must say I am very excited. I do like By the Fireplace, and that's the only fragrance from this house I own. What I notice about Maison Margiela is that they do fragrances that sort of are reminiscent of places, times, activities. For example, they have a fragrance called Whispers of a Library, which is supposed to mirror like the smell of books. They have another one called Jazz Club, and they're releasing a new fragrance called On a Date. When I think of a date. The things that come to my mind would be like an evening, breezy, cool, sexy sort of fragrance. Not thinking beach or anything like that. If it was a beach type fragrance, it would be more like suntanny smelling, but this is more, I would think, a date night sort of fragrance. The notes for this one, according to what I have seen online, it's supposed to be an inviting, sweet and textured blackcurrant liquor accord coupled with sensual and woody patchouli. It's supposed to transport us into the vineyards of Provence, steeped in the golden glow of a late summer's sunset. Very interesting. Patchouli was the note of 2022. It's just interesting to see that patchouli has also transitioned into 2023. The note of cherry has also transitioned into 2023 with Tom Ford already releasing 2 cherry fragrances. So those were really hyped up notes in 2022, and it's just interesting to see that they've also moved on to 2023. Finally on the list, I mean, there's so many other fragrances I can talk about, but I don't want this video to be too long. So finally on the list is a niche fragrance house called Amouage. Amouage will be releasing 3 fragrances again this year. Fragrance called Guidance, Lineage, and another one called Purpose and Search. Very interesting fragrance names. Amouage fragrances are very complex. Do not blind buy. I own 2 Amouage fragrances, and that's about it for me, because a lot of their fragrances I find are on a scale, on a level of maturity that my nose has not quite attained, but their bottles are always so beautiful. Guidance is supposed to be a delicate strength of femininity, and it's going to have a triad of rose, frankincense and ambergris. I don't have any fragrance with frankincense. That'll be an interesting mix again. I'm sure there'll be more notes, but that already sounds like a fragrance that's going to be complex. Lineage is going to have notes of ginger, pepper, pink pepper, saffron, myrrh, vetiver, patchouli, benzoin and labdanum. Again, that already sounds like a very complicated mix. Purpose is going to have the notes of rose, pimento berry, frankincense, pink pepper, sandalwood, papyrus, saffron, suede. Oh, in fact, one of the notes here, akigala wood. I have never heard about that in my life. And then Search is going to be like citruses with burning woods. You know what? Let's just say that 2023 we can and should expect some really good, and some also there probably will be some fragrances in the mix. I look forward to all of these releases, and I just thought I'll come on here and share with you, which fragrances are you looking to purchase in 2023? Go ahead and let me know in the comment section down below. I hope you have a happy new year. I wish you a happy new year. Go ahead and do all of that good stuff, guys.
Follow in Jesus' name. Follow now.
Like, share and subscribe.
Gift us, give me now, gift me.
Guys, please like, please share, please subscribe, and until I see you again in my next video, because I look forward to seeing you again in my next video, stay beautiful, stay blessed. Hi and bye. You know, I don't know, but is it focused? Focused. Okay. Oh my god, first filming of 2022. So yeah, you don't do. And Kilian, so that out of the way. That was a bit of a long intro. Now to a oh god, my nose is dripping. Okay, sun is out and it's going to make my video white. 2 fragrances from Tom Ford. I don't know, guys, like it's going to have, this fragrance is going to have notes of daisy. No, it's not focused. And the name of the perfume is, and then of just focus.